All right, let's talk about what's happening right here in New York City. There's going to be a hearing later today where the Justice Department will be asked to explain its decisions to order prosecutors to drop the corruption charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. The mayor has pleaded not guilty to charges of fraud and bribery. He did that back in September. CBS News political reporter and attorney Katrina Kaufman is in Studio 55 to talk about this with me now. So, Katrina, how unusual is it to hold a hearing like this, and what authority or discretion does the judge have to intervene?
So in order to get a case dismissed, the Justice Department does need the leave of the court. So they do have to get permission from a judge. So that aspect of it is not unusual. It's very rare for a judge not to go along with what the government wants to do. But Vlad, this is a very unique situation. So the judge really wants to hear from both sides and get a better sense of their arguments behind why he should consider granting this dismissal of the case. Something that's interesting is that this is a very new judge to criminal cases, and he previously was up against the first Trump administration. He argued in the Supreme Court against them before.
So Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, had some emergency meetings this week. There's been some pressure on her to remove the mayor. Doesn't sound like that's a politically expedient thing to do because there's an election coming up. It's a very complicated and convoluted process to remove a sitting New York City mayor. So given that she's probably not going to do that, we're speculating, but there's not any signal that that's going to happen. And where Adams is, where he's not going anywhere, he says, and he's ready to do the president's bidding, what does that say about the state of play in New York right now?
Well, I mean, Kathy Hochul could remove him if she wants to, but also he's being threatened by New York City's comptroller as well, who has said that he might convene an inability committee, which is what's used for that removal process, unless Mayor Adams can present him with a plan of how he can really continue to functionally run the city, given the absolute mayhem that's been going on recently.
So what could this afternoon look like? Well, I mean, what are the two potential scenarios that we're looking at?
I mean, what we're expecting this afternoon is it's very unlikely that the judge is going to rule from the bench. It's possible that he'll want further inquiry into this, potentially witnesses, because really both sides that are presenting this today are in agreement. Eric Adams and the Justice Department have come to an agreement, and the judge is trying to make an assessment of this. And the real key here, Vlad, is whether it's in the public interest to allow this indictment and case to be dismissed.
Very interesting. All right, Katrina Kaufman, always great to have you here in studio and not at the courthouse, although I know you're important there too as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vlad.